Good morning, everybody. Pastor Rick, Broadman Baptist Church, and I'm here to talk to you today with the Broadman Word about dropping the act. It is September 17th. Hard to believe we're screaming through September. Fall starts, technically anyway, on the 22nd. So we are rapidly headed for cooler temperatures and fall weather. So I hope you like that kind of stuff because it is on the way. So listen, today we need to talk about dropping the act. People can be lonely without even us knowing it. And people tend to put on masks for friends or even put on masks for family members so they don't really see what's going on. And maybe even unintentionally, we then end up looking at each other's masks and not really seeing each other. And more importantly, not really even knowing each other. So to overcome this, we need to engage with each other. We need to connect through activity and proximity. That means we need to be around each other and we need to do things together. Passions for whatever activities it might be. It could be as simple as going to breakfast or lunch. It could be a physical activity, taking a walk, golf, whatever it is that you can find common interest in with folks. And those things tend to draw people into relationships together, the activity and the proximity. That's why it's so important to remain engaged with church. When we connect with another individual, whether it be down the street, whether it be a neighbor, whether it be somebody at church, when we connect, it is a source of getting to know folks, and it is a way for us to be healthy instead of just having a mask up all the time. But is that really the way that we want to just go about picking lifelong friends or confidants, people in your inner circle? Jesus had an inner circle, and we all should too. It's an example from the Bible and his life and teachings to us. So do you want to pick your inner circle just based on people that you're around and people that you do things with? That's not really it. You got to decide who's going to be in your inner circle and who's going to have a significant influence on you. It's possible that it's time for you to have a friend inventory. Ask the questions: who's the Lord put in your way? Who's been placed in your path? And why might he be there? Is it for you to influence them, guide them? Maybe they're a lost person and you're supposed to evangelize and bring them into the family. Maybe he's put people, already believers, who are already part of your Christian family, but maybe not inside your circle yet. Maybe he wants you to invest in these people, both the saved and the lost. So you got to take stock of who's around you, who you know, and who you might invite into your inner circle. And then, of course, there might be other friends that are not so healthy for you. They drag you down or try to distract you from your walk, or otherwise put stumbling blocks in your way. So those folks you also need to inventory and then leave them behind. It's okay to leave some folks behind. You invest for a while. You fulfill God's purpose in the situation. But if there's no change and it's a distraction and a stumbling block and dragging you down and otherwise making your walk difficult, you need to inventory that as well and take the appropriate action there. So pick some people that you admire. Pick some people that can lift you up. Pick some people that you know to be like-minded and who will be encouraging and supporting and a way for you to deal with the various things that life brings around. Then engage in the activity and the proximity. It's going to be difficult. Dropping the mask, making the first invitation, or the first invitation in a while anyway. and but it is worthwhile to do so. You need to talk with folks, share your story, ask them to share their story with you, get to know their needs, let them know your needs, and generally have the kind of inner circle relationship that Jesus wants us to have with some folks. And then have other friends too who might not be the confidants, the inner circles, but positive influences and people that you can also help. So it is worth far more than the awkwardness it takes to get started. It is the way Jesus exemplified his life for us. It's how what we should aspire to, and it's also a source of joy for us, like all things in Christ are. So, I've got a question for you. Is God's unconditional acceptance real to you, to the point that you would cold call a potential friend and risk being turned down for an activity, a breakfast, a lunch, whatever it is? So, that's the question of the day. Listen, I pray for you. I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day in the Lord, and I'll talk to you next time.